Yo, what's good, everybody? So I just wanted to drop a quick video. I've been too busy, with my self-care, relaxing, getting away from this nonsense, we call YouTube. But it's like something just keep pulling me back. Now, it's got to be like at least 100,000 videos on what they call the smack. And my input on that is not even a real input because I really don't give a fuck about that. That's just here to like distract y'all from what's really going on. Like while y'all worried about that smack to Chris Rock's face, a comedian who was gonna like profit off that moment forever. Because like you cannot physically like destroy a comedian. They'll just make material about it and be praised while you on the other end, you're gonna be shunned by like society because of that. It's like a king and a jester. Like the king will publicly shame himself for scooping down and trying to humiliate a jester. It's nonsense. You're playing his role. You're now in his world. So it comes the question like, yo, what could a jester say to cause a king pain? And a lot of people don't understand, like, yo, it's not the fact that Will smacked Chris Rock. Like, he was standing up for his wife, which pretty much backfired because whatever, yo. I don't care to get into the mundane, but like, yo, know that this is a fucking distraction. And why is it still prolonging? Why is it still going on? Because they're trying to like, yo, keep y'all in the daze from what's really going on. The stock market is collapsing. The fucking dollar bill is pretty much like on the brink of being worthless. The housing market is crashing. Yo, it's a lot of real things going on in this world, yo, that y'all are oblivious to because y'all still talking about the nonsense that is going on. Now, I can make a full-long video to entertain that bullshit, but I'm not. Because that's exactly what it is. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, yo. Yo, focus on what's going on. We already have hella distractions. This is like magic being cast on y'all. Like as if it wasn't being cast on y'all from the beginning. I mean, hip-hop, all this stuff, it's a distraction. Like, man, yo, listen. I don't know what it is like by now. Like I figured like everybody would have got the memo about like, yo, people, suckering y'all into things to keep y'all distracted. Like this is all a part of this show. Like, so when you dabble into these little TV like programmings, the music like programmings, like you're being like, yo, you're being fucking manipulated. The spells are being cast on you. So my thing is, cut out this stuff. Like, yo, hip hop, all this stuff, yo, I don't even listen to that shit no more, man. Hip hop has become like such a like poison to my community and to any other community that's heavily involved in it. And it's like, yo, a lot of people don't understand. Like all this stuff is just here to distract us. Like a lot of these artists, like, yo, dating from back to like, I'm gonna say like, yo, the late 80s is when it really changed. Like every year, every generation, better yet, every generation has a different degree of hip hop. Like hip hop has become so saturated with nonsense that is nowhere near like, it's nowhere near like the pure, like how the pure hip hop is. Like for real, like I grew up listening to like everybody pretty much. And you can tell like the switch. When I was a kid, I used to like Heavy D. In my opinion, I thought Heavy D was better than Biggie. I mean, you can debate about that or not, but yo, for real, I thought Heavy D was way better than Big. But yo, they pretty much sidelined Heavy D when Big came out. And it's like, yo, you could see that they were trying to push a different agenda. It went from it went from like, how do I say it? It went from like positive, like Heavy D was rapping about women, like rapping about like how he treat them, like treat them good. Like I mean, a lot of artists like Father MC. Father MC had so like a lot of good music. Like I can go like through like pretty much my whole playlist, yo. I listen to like old school hip hop. I don't listen to none of this new stuff like that. I mean, I have a couple artists that I do like, but as far as like really dabbling into it, I don't mess with it because like every generation it changed. In the early '90s, I'll say late '80s, early '90s, it started to progress into like what we call gangster rap. From gangster rap, you had like the pretty much like the womanizing. You had like the whole, I want to say like dope boy like movement and all this other stuff. Like I get it. A lot of us come from the struggle, but like you should not be in the industry, still rapping about like the struggle if you've been wealthy majority of your life. If you started rapping like let's say like you was a young boy and you got a career in rap at the age of 16 and you still rapping about like the same thing and you like pretty much in your 40s now. Like you've been rich majority of your whole life. Like 16 to like in your mid 40s and stuff, you've been rich majority of your whole life. You only struggle for 16 years of that. So I mean, like, it outweighs that struggle. You shouldn't be rapping about that stuff no more, yo. Like, it's nonsensical, yo. That a lot of these older rappers, first of all, is still in the rap game, talking about like a lot of struggles. Like you're not struggling no more, yo. I'm pretty sure you got your money in like in investments in like a lot of different things, yo. Meanwhile, like a lot of people that look up to them, they're like being sent on dummy missions because they still believe that these artists are in the streets like that. And it's sad, but a lot of these people are programmed, so they follow these things. They believe that these rappers are still in the streets, as they say it, or well, as we say it out here, outside. They say that motherfuckers are still outside. Like, shut up. Like hip hop, hip hop is destroying like the community, not just the community, but the world, yo. It's destroying the world because like when people see certain artists, they look at like certain like demographic of people as a part of that. Like, and it sickens me because like I can go outside right now in like a different neighborhood, quote unquote, and they'll look at me like I'm a problem, I'm a threat, like I'm dangerous, like I'm this, I'm that, not knowing that I have degrees. I study like cybersecurity and all this other stuff, like science, like chemistry and stuff. No one would like really like see that. They would see like an image of like, oh, he's got locks. He's like he dressed like this. He do this. It looks like he might do this or whatever. Like that's what I'm saying, it's just destructive, yo. I mean, granted, I understand a lot of people like do it for entertainment, but you gotta realize that a lot of these people out here are not really rap too tight. A lot of these people are not like real mature in the mind. And trust me, I know. Because like, I live in the city. I see that shit every day. Like people like they're gone, yo. These people are gone. And it's not just music industry. I'm gonna get back to it, but it's like these TV shows, yo. Why is it like I know this is gonna be a mundane video, but I just wanna talk, But why is it that in the quote unquote black, melanated, indigenous, whatever you want to call us, in our community, that it's no positive TV shows? One of the reasons why I don't watch television is because there's no positive TV shows. Like I don't watch Power. Like Anybody that grew up in that type of environment, that type of world, yo, don't watch shit like that, yo. Why would I want to see something that got my people oppressed? Why would I want to, like, yo, indulge in that nonsense? A lot of people are like, oh, it's entertainment. I don't give a fuck. Like, yo, you see that, like, yo, you see that joint in real life? Like, selling drugs, like, yo, running from, like, yo, like, your ops, like, yo, getting shot at, like, people ODing. Like, you kind of, like, don't want to watch that stuff. Like, every female, yo, every black female show, she's, like, pretty much, like, a hoe, yo. A thotty, or whatever y'all call these females, like, that's, like, freaking like polluted with the Jezebel spirits. Like, I get tired of seeing that, yo. Like, I really get tired of seeing that, yo. It's like, bro, every female, every black female, like, not even just on shows, but on I don't even get on Instagram like that. Yeah, I do like a lot of females and stuff on that joint. Yeah, I'm a heterosexual male. But at a point in time, it's like, yo, it's like, god damn, okay. It's like pretty much you scrolling through Instagram, it's like soft porn. I'm like, I don't even have time for that no more, yo. Like, I don't know if I'm blocked out of my Instagram joint, yo, but at this point, I really don't give a fuck about it, yo. I was thinking about deleting that joint. I get on Facebook to talk to family more than I do Instagram anyway. So, I don't know, man. This world is just corrupted, man. But like I said, every generation have their own genre of hip hop, quote unquote. I just call it rap because it's not hip hop. It's not like enlightening to anybody. It's just rap. Like, you got gangster rap in the late '80s all the way through the '90s. Majority of the late '90s is when it really started to, like, yo, pick up, because you still had like a lot of house music. You had a lot of like still conscious artists that were still pumping a lot of music out, but it mainly killed after '96. Like 95 all the way up to like '96 is when it really started to, like, yo, take a dive, yo. Like, you have like a lot of corny artists that came out. You had a lot of different like artists that were just pushing like the whole drug selling narrative, the whole shoot 'em up, like all that stuff. Even Tupac and even Tupac's like latest like music and stuff, he just started like becoming more of a gangster rapper and stopped like with so much of the, like, his message or whatever. I mean, granted, off stage he still had a lot of that in him, but I guess it was the persona that he was like pretty much illustrated to, like, yo, put on, yo, when he's in front of people. The type of character he was supposed to illustrate to us, and that's pretty much what people like see him as now. A lot of people don't really go back into a lot of his art, unless of course you like an older, like you of that older generation who really like listen to these artists. But you go further and further into it, you got more nonsensical music. After the gangster rap, it was like the party rap. Like, you know, people became, they became more of the abusers of drugs instead of the sellers of it. They became like more like pretty much influenced to do drugs and stuff. Like, when I was in high school, a lot of people like in the music would pump like ecstasy and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know what it is these days. I really don't keep my ear to the ground when it comes to drugs and stuff. I don't care about that stuff. I try to live a righteous lifestyle and try to like pretty much ignore that nonsense. I mean, I'm aware of it, but I don't pay it no mind. But as we progress through the 2000s, all the way up to like the 20 like tens, it was more so like party music, like destructive party music, where it wasn't really like having fun. It was more of getting wasted and like pretty much like just like oversaturating yourself with drugs and alcohol and like the type of crazy, like, just nonsense, yo. And then fast forward up to now, we got drill music. Drill music is probably the most demonic, the most ill intent, the most nonsensical, the most degenerate like type of music out there right now. And I might get a lot of like backlash off this, but I really don't care because like as an older person, I'm in my 30s. As an older person, when you really look at like the generations and how music has changed so much, it's like, yo, they are really trying to program us to destroy ourselves. And yo, I know it's like, how do you come up with this whole like theory or whatever? Like, look at it, yo. Every time you watch a hip hop video or like some type of like drill like type music, yo, majority of the time, excuse me, like I know I say a lot of curse words, but I pretty much don't like using racial slurs. But every time you watch a drill or any type of hip hop like music, you always hear them say, "Yeah, I blast a nigga" and all this other stuff. Like, what? What? Like me personally, yo, I'm the type of person that have love for everybody. I have love for everybody. But you would never ever in your life see a white rapper or Hispanic rapper or anybody outside of quote unquote black talking about shooting their own kind. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know how bad the programming is when it comes to certain people. But like, yo, me personally, I've never seen that to be cool. I really don't think it's racist for you to love your people more than others, as long as you love everybody. I support that. As long as no racist stuff. If you're a white person and you love your people, it's nothing wrong with that because you're white. Asians, if you have Asian pride, you love your origins, like you love where you come from, you love like your culture and stuff like that. It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with that. So like, yo, don't ever let this whole media like nonsense tell y'all that it's wrong to love your own kind. Like, I love my kind. Like, I love my kind, period. There's no other, like, yo, I won't say anything bad about my people, except but like if it's there to like reprimand and like, yo, like pretty much draw a light on like a subject. But most of the time it's off camera because certain things are not meant to be like, yo, televised. Like, period. And I know like this video is pretty much all over the place, but yo, it's just been like a lot of thoughts like going through my head, yo, a lot of like things to where I just I just like, yo, I get tired of it, yo. Like, I live in the city and like I said, yo, like it's crazy, yo. You got young kids out here like on drugs. You got a lot of people like just walking around like zombies, yo. And it's like at a point of time, yo, at a point in time you just want to be like, man, look, I don't know, man. I really don't know. That joint, it just sickened me, yo. Hip hop is dead. Like, there's no like real hip hop artists out here unless you go to the underground. Where I listen to a lot of underground artists. I mean, I like Lupe. Lupe hasn't been mainstream since Kick Push. So I mean, I like Lupe Fiasco. I like Kendrick Lamar. I mean, I like a lot of these new guys, yo, who have meaning behind a lot of their lyrics. But as far as these new guys and stuff, I'm not naming nobody that I don't listen to or don't like their music or whatever because that's not me. Everybody's out here trying to make a buck, yo. And I don't knock nobody's hustle or anything, but I'm just saying, like I mean, I understand contracts and like when you sell your soul and stuff. Like, I'm not even gonna pretend like I don't. I'm well involved and well known into the occult. I know all about both sides. I mean, I'm not a part of that nonsense, but I am in the know. I know all this. I know most of the stuff that goes on, but I'm not gonna like, yo. I'm not going to bash nobody, but I'm going to be honest when I say to the audience out there, yo, buyers beware. If you pretty much like support these artists, you go on these dummy missions because you have the notion that these artists are still out there in the street, then that's on you. You cannot blame the artist for your negligence, for your ignorance, for like following after another man. As a man, your job is to be a leader, not a follower. Boys follow. Men lead. Men protect. At any given moment, if you are a true warrior, if you are a true man, I don't care what the society is like trying to paint and trying to like feminize and all this other nonsense. If you are a real man and you stand for that like real manhood, then you know at any given moment when you're to like, when you go to war, you should be willing to lay your life on the line for what you know is right. Like a lot of this stuff out here, is not right. Like a lot of this stuff out here is just designed to like, keep you distracted from what's really going on. A lot of us out here don't even have like food for real. A lot of us out here like pretty much have a whole wardrobe, with no fucking food in the fridge. Your kid can't even fucking read. Your kid is like pushing like, the 12th grade and fucking read at a 5th grade level. Like, sometimes you gotta like put down like certain things to pick up like what is real and like to touch on things, And I know like my content is normally like about like spiritual things and about like, the occult. But like, in these times, that's still my main thing, but I want to touch on mundane things too, because like a lot of this shit out here is a distraction. You cannot ascend spiritually and mentally if your physical is not up to par. It's a holy trinity, mind, body, and soul. Or better yet, mind, body, and spirit. These things pretty much, they elevate the soul. They elevate you. You have to master those 3 to actually ascend. So like, you just have to like, pay attention to what's going on, because they always throw a wrench in that joint. And once they throw that wrench in, everything gets all messed up. So, for real, watch what y'all listen to, Like, pay attention to what y'all listening to. Pay attention to what y'all watch on television, because it's all a distraction. It's all to dummy you down. These are all spells being cast, This is magic. I don't care if you're a Christian, Muslim, whatever your religion is, Magic is real. And you are being like, pretty much like being cast in a spell. So pay attention to what's going on. I didn't want this video to be too long. I don't really like making long videos, but it is what it is, Y'all be safe out there, Continue to pay attention to what's really going on and watch out for these distractions, because at the end of the day, that's all they really are. The whole Will Smith, man. That shit funny. Like, I want to just say this real quick. This is what they're trying to do, This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to divide men and women. They're trying to divide men and women. They're trying to switch roles. They're trying to like pretty much put men like in an obsolete state, because they know women are vulnerable. I don't give a fuck how strong you think you are as a woman. I don't care how much you go to the gym, how much you do this or that, and go to the shooting range, you will never ever be a man. You can get your sex changed and everything. You will never be a man. Vice versa for men. You will never be a woman. Like, I'm not here to knock anybody's like, yo, like beliefs or anything. If you're gay, you're gay. I don't care, yo. I have relatives that are gay. I love them. That's their lifestyle. I'm not here to judge. But yo, when you're trying to like set off the balance of like the natural, then that's when it starts to become a problem because like yo, they're trying to feminize men and they're trying to emasculate women. And yo, the more and more we get out of our roles, the more and more vulnerable we are. So yo, just let that sit in, ponder on that, and stop paying these people any mind because like that's all that is, yo. That's all that is a distraction. Will Smith, like Jada Pinkett, all that shit is a charade, bro. It's a game. She went behind him and said like, yo, she was a little upset about his actions. See what I mean? She was upset about his actions. A man being a man, protecting his family, like, trying to bring honor to his wife's name, go up and do what a man do because like a lot of times men just act. It's not even about emotions. It's just the fact that, a masculine man, I don't care what y'all say about him, in that moment that was masculine. Masculine energy is about destruction. Feminine energy is about creating. So in that point of time, he was all like in his masculine. That's why he went up and smacked him. A lot of people won't see it that way because they don't have a spiritual eye for things. But I'll just let y'all ponder on that. As I said, ponder on these things, yo. Go do more research, yo. Unplug. Time is winding up, whether you like it or not. So the worst thing you can be is unprepared. Get prepared. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.